Thanks very much, and I'd like to thank Sinn Féin for generously giving me some of their time. It's a pity we're under so much time pressure, because I think a lot of people would like to contribute. It's a really important issue. At the outset, I just want to commend Deputy Gino Kenny for the work he's done in this area in bringing the bill forward and in allowing debate on this really important issue here in the Dáil this evening. We all accept, I think, that this is an extremely complex ethical issue. It's sensitive, and its complexity is all the more reason why we should be hearing this debate tonight, and that we should engage with this issue. I want to acknowledge just at this point the outstanding work that was done by Tom Curran and his late beloved wife, Mary Fleming, in terms of bringing this issue to the fore in particular. They played a central role in that, and for all that campaigning work. I'd also say that my own party at the party conference last year passed a motion calling for clear policy in this area, and we've just completed some policy work, and I hope that we can input that into the debate that will be happening, hopefully, over the coming months. As a nation, we need to have an in-depth and nuanced conversation about end-of-life care. This, as we all recognise, is an incredibly personal issue, and it deserves a frank, honest conversation about the value of life, the complexity of terminal illness, and the right to dignity and autonomy at the end of life. Of course, end-of-life care covers a whole spectrum, and we're more familiar, of course, with home care and hospice care, palliative care, and we haven't been great about resourcing those properly. Successive governments haven't done that, and that has to be a critical part of end-of-life care. But so too are issues like a living will, the right to decide on resuscitation or not, and I believe, ultimately, the right, in the case of a person who has a terminal illness, to decide on the timing of their passing. And I think we all have a responsibility to respect those rights. I think there was an important contribution to the debate made by Michael Nugent, that the Minister referred to, in relation to his late wife Anne. There was also an important contribution this week from Fintan O'Toole in relation to his late father's death. And in both cases, the point was made that the person who was struggling with the terminal illness, the big fear was that they wouldn't be able to take that decision themselves. And once they were given an assurance, either in relation to medication or support in accessing the carrying out of a decision in relation to ending their life, once they were given that reassurance, they relaxed about it then. The anxiety went, and as it turned out, both people concerned had natural deaths. And that is a fundamental right that I think any of us would want for ourselves or would want for loved ones. And we cannot avoid this issue any longer. And I really commend Deputy Kenny for the work that he's done. Ultimately, a person with a terminal illness should be able to decide when they want to choose the time of their passing. Then the state must respect that decision. This debate needs to take that frank look at the importance of personal choice and autonomy, and the importance of ensuring that medical treatment will be available at a point when a person wants to take that decision. There are a lot of issues that we need to include in this. We need to take expert advice from a range of different people. There needs to be that national conversation, that national debate. And I know when the All-Party Committee looked at this before, the Joint Committee on Justice and Equality, on the right to die, there was a recommendation for a citizens' assembly. And while that has merit, I think, taking it in committee, ideally a Dáil committee, that being established very quickly, being very time limited, is the best way to do it. The example there is from the committee on the 8th. I think there was wonderful work done on that. It was broadly based, it was a respectful debate, and it came to a very clear consensus. And we need to follow that in this case.